Good day, my people, and welcome to Sit, Sip, and Chat. Now, let's continue the journey. Hello, my people, and welcome back to another Sit, Sip, and Chat, a show where I sit with different persons within the community, we chat for a bit, and we have a sip or two. Now, you don't forget to get yourself a sip so you can be part of this conversation. I am your host, Glenda York of GCY Initiative, and today I have with me my first political candidate on my show, Ms. Veronica Jansen-Webster.
Hi, Glenda.
Hi, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
A short introduction about Veronica, because internet stalking is a thing, and I like to have some information about my guests. So, Veronica Jansen-Webster is the number 3 candidate on the Unified Resilient St. Martin Movement, or the URSM. She was a student of the Milton Peters College, but she got her influential education at Mill in Curacao.
Yes.
Now, what's the full name of the Mill's school?
Maria Immaculata Lyceum.
Exactly what she said. Veronica is a statistician at heart. She has worked as the COO at GEBE and is now vying for a seat in Parliament at the 2024 elections.
Yes, that is true.
That is true. So we're gonna get right into that. But first, we're going to talk about our sponsor for today. We are not at the SXM Crazy Beach Bar, but they remain our sponsor. We're not there, but we have our drinks. Today we have strawberry lemonade. So let's just start off. We have our strawberry lemonade, and we would like to thank the SXM Crazy Beach Bar for sponsoring these drinks for us. Again, the SXM Crazy Beach Bar is located on Front Street, number 133. They're open for breakfast and lunch, and they have karaoke night every Thursday night from 8 to 11 p.m. So guys, definitely make sure you check them out and show your support to this local company. And with that, we're gonna go right into our conversation.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. First off, describe yourself. Who is Veronica Jansen-Webster for those that may not know you?
Well, I'll say I'm a homegrown St. Martiner, first of all. I'm a mother. My son is 21 years old now. He's in college. He will soon graduate. Hopefully, this is his last year for his bachelor's in psychology. I'm a wife. I'm married to Edelmira Jansen. I'm a daughter. My mother, Cecilia Webster Cox. She used to be a nurse. I'm a sister. I have a brother who works at TLM, Robert Webster. But who am I? I'm your average St. Martin woman who studied hard. I went away. I studied hard. I came back. I believe in continuous education, so I continue to study. I strive to be the best that I can be. I strive to give back to our community, and I have been doing that through the service clubs, through the Rotary Club, etc. So I'm just your average St. Martin person. I'm a person I feel like you can come up to me, and, and talk to me.
That was a lot of things you said. You said just. You said just, but those were quite a few things listed. So you are quite involved in the community.
Yeah.
So what would you say are the 3 things that you're most passionate about in your day-to-day life?
One of the things that I'm passionate about is I tutor young people. I tutor students of the secondary schools because I see them struggling with subjects like Dutch and maths. And because I have a love for maths, I can remember struggling with maths as well. And in Harvard too, because I did Harvard here in St. Martin, in Harvard too, I remember there was one teacher who stayed back after class and explained me some fundamental math. And that opened my eye, and I try to give that back to students that I see struggling. So if you ask me a passion, that's a passion that I have, and I do it. I do it free of charge because I don't think that I should charge someone, because I mean my teacher stayed back with me. He didn't charge me. So it's a way of paying it forward. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. I'm in general passionate about seeing people evolve and progress.
Nice.
That's what I want. I want that for everyone. I just want to see people feel better about their circumstances and progress.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then when I was doing my research on you, I also saw that you're into sports. I think that's one of the videos that you had out.
Yeah.
That you're a softball player. What got you into?
That's another avid passion. I mean, I mentioned that I have a brother. So my mother only had 2 children, and so my brother, who was older than me, he needed someone to play with. So he was in baseball, and when he's home, he didn't have anyone to catch the ball. So he gave me a glove and he made me catch with him. So after catching with him for those years, when I was 9, I wanted to play softball, to play baseball. It was baseball only. I wanted to play Little League as well, but it was not allowed because it was only boys.
Okay.
And I convinced them. I remember I stood there and I told them that I wanted to play baseball, and they had made a mistake and said, so the organizers of Little League had made a mistake and said, bring all your boys and girls. So I told them, you said bring all your boys and girls. You said girls, because the year before I couldn't. They told me no. So this year when I came out, they said bring all your boys and girls. I said, you said bring all your girls. So I'm a girl and I'm going to play. They said, but there are no other girls playing. I said, that's okay. I'll be the first. And then because I didn't go away, they signed me up and I became the first female baseball player in St. Martin. And after me, so I opened the door for a whole lot of girls. After me, the other girls joined, and you would have never known that I was a girl playing because I was a little tomboy, and I had a good time. And from there, I got a passion for baseball and softball. And then I think it was in my teenage years that we had the first youth softball team.
Okay.
In Little League again, and then I joined that team as well, and so much fun. And when I traveled to Holland, when I went to study in Holland, the softball field was close by the university. So I walked in one day, the ball came right by me, and when I threw it, they said, you can play. Why don't you join us? And I said, yeah, but I'm here studying, I don't know if I have much time. And I ended up playing, and I played through the Netherlands.
So while you were going to school, you ended up playing softball as well?
Yes, I played softball on weekends. And I got an opportunity after to play in another city, to play in The Hague in a very high-level team.
Okay.
Yes. I missed my chance, though, because the year that they asked me to play with the highest level team was the year that I decided to come back home. But the experience that I got playing on that level, I mean, it's second to none. I will never forget that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to follow up with that thought. But first, we're going to take a quick little break. Get your sip. Use the bathroom real quick if you have to. We'll be right back with more with Veronica Jansen-Webster.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? But sorry, no sir. They got this game tonight and I can't miss it. Me and my boy, we gotta watch the game, So I bringing this in. You check? Alright, let me watch your leg, girl. Watch your leg.
Sir, sorry. Why so difficult? Look, I'm watching TV here on my phone with the Tell TV Plus app. You really gotta upgrade.
Okay, so Miss, tell me about the Tell TV Plus. I hear about this.
Okay, so once you apply for Tell TV Plus, you can enjoy it anytime on the go.
Anytime?
Anytime.
On the go?
On the go. You simply download the app, log into your account at any time, sit back and enjoy. You will never have to miss your match.
Yo, bus driver, take me back to tell him now, please.
Welcome back, my people. You good? We're gonna take a big sip and get right back into this conversation with political candidate Veronica Jansen-Webster. So in my introduction, I said that you were the COO of GEBE.
Yes.
So the Chief Operations Officer at GEBE.
Yes.
So I'm going to just fit in a few questions in there. What led to you gaining that role? How was that experience? And then what lasting effect did it have on you now that you are no longer part of the company?
That's a lot. In 2014, I became a member of the supervisory board of GB. And what led to even that was that I worked in the minister's cabinet who was responsible for GB. And one of the executives in there saw me and said, he saw my work and he said, I really think that you should go on the board. And I was like, you sure? Why? And he said, no, he said, if it's one person who learned a lot about the company on the job, it's you. I had traveled to represent the minister, for instance, to an energy conference in Trinidad.
Okay.
And then the information that I brought back, they were so surprised with the depth of it. And then I had also worked on the division of shares from Sabre and Stacia when we split Sabre and Stacia from the St. Martin shares, and St. Martin became 100% owner of GB. I had worked on that project. So there were a lot of work that I had done. So as a consequence of that, they put me then on the board. While I was on the board, I was the liaison between the board and the management and the project team, because we had a number of projects that we wanted to do. So as a member of the board liaison, I met with the project team, and one of the members of the project team told me, he said, are you an engineer? And I said, no, I'm not. He said, but you understand the business, the energy business. Why don't you apply for director? And I thought it was a joke, so I laughed. I was like, yeah, really? And he said, no. He said, why don't you want to do it? Because you're a woman? And I said, no, it's definitely not. That would never keep me back. But I would not think that, somebody would consider me for that job. He said, no, but you have the knowledge. And then later again, separately from that, I also had another board member who mentioned it as well. And he said, you know what? I'm going to propose you. I'm going to propose you because you really, what you can bring to the company is something that we would need. And that is how it happened. They asked me to apply. And so I applied. And then I had to do a psychological test, and I had to do some other tests. And then it was a period where the board had decided to bring in a 3-man management board for the first time. And so I came in, and I remember I was asked to be the CEO, and I remember them coming back to me and saying, listen, we want you now to be the COO. Do you think that you can handle that?
Yeah.
And I just have this thing in life that I believe that you should not leave opportunities go. And I thought coming in that it was going to be very difficult. I had been working with the project team on a lot of technical projects before, so I wasn't scared to do it, but I knew that it was going to be like a real challenge.
Yeah.
And I was willing to take the challenge, because what's the worst thing can happen? You fail in it, and then you just have to admit that you fail and move. So I said, I know that I can do this, and I'll take the challenge. I will learn whatever I don't know as yet. I will learn this, and I will do it. And that's what I did. And I must say, the first year was very difficult.
Yeah.
It was more difficult, let's say, getting the people to accept me or to believe that I actually understood the business. Yeah. And one thing I told them, I remember going to the plant, because I think I was one of the first directors who ever visited the plant regularly. So every Wednesday, I would go down for a half day, and I would go down and sit with the workers in the plant. The plant was kind of the forgotten area because everyone was up in town, but I would go down with the plant and sit with the workers and find out what they needed. Also, the workers in town, I would go to the yard. I would go to the cable yard, and I would talk to them and find out, what they needed, what they wanted. So that, I think, that led to the switch and made it more easier for me. I mean, they tested me for a year, and after that, I think they realized, no, she understands. Yeah.
Okay, and then after GB, now you are the head of
Head of the Department of Statistics, yes, in government.
And
Yeah.
like I mentioned before, you are a statistician at heart.
Yeah.
And how has that role been?
Because in the Netherlands, I actually studied mathematics, and I did the statistics analyst. I became a statistics analyst with what's called the Veronica for the Statistiek. And so I did what they call a landelijk examen. So for the whole country, a countrywide examination of statisticians. And I did that. So that was my background. And then I worked in the Netherlands Institute of Public Opinion, which was a research company, the largest research company in the Netherlands. I worked for them. So with that knowledge and that experience, I came back home to St. Martin and I worked in statistics in the department. It was called the Department of Economic Policy and Research, so in economic affairs. And then later I worked as the researcher in tourism as well.
Okay.
So I did the tourism statistics. Now that after GB, I came back to government, and now I'm the head of statistics. And one of our main projects, the project that I started with, was the census, because the census had not been done. It had to be done since 2021, and it had not started. Also because of COVID, but also because the department did not have a head as yet to pull it.
Yeah.
So when I came in, one of the first things we started with in 2022 was the census, to get all of the data into St. Martin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that was quite a lot of information and quite informative.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. But it is necessary information for our voters to know. And now they know a bit more about you. Okay, guys, so we got a bit more information about Mrs. Jansen-Webster. We're going to take another pause, and we'll be right back with Sit, Sip, and Chat.
Yo! Be the first.
And we are back again. We are still here with Mrs. Veronica Jansen-Webster, running on the 2024 parliamentary elections. So Veronica, like we were saying before, you've had a lot of firsts within your life. You were the first girl on the baseball team.
Yeah.
You were the first president of the Baseball Association.
St. Martin, yeah.
Because internet stalking, so provides you a lot of information. And you were the first COO at GEBE.
At GEBE.
You've had a lot of firsts in your life, and now you are taking that to another level, and you are running in politics to serve your country on a bigger scale.
Yes.
This is your time. You can talk directly to the people of St. Martin and let them know what to do on January 11th.
I would like to tell the people of St. Martin, on January 11th, choose for a change. If you don't like the way how things are going now, then come with me and let's walk down another road. Join the URSM. Vote number 3 on URSM for Veronica Jansen-Webster, because you are St. Martin.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, Veronica. And that is it, my people. It was definitely my first. Again, she's still doing first. She provided me my first political candidate on Sit, Sip, and Chat. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Thank you. So guys, thank you for sitting here with us, being a part of our chat. I hope you had a sip. You guys know the routine by now. I hope you had a sip, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation that we had. Thank you again to Ms. Veronica
Thank you very much,
Jansen-Webster
Glenna.
for being here with me. And I'll see you next week again, and we'll have a new person with us. We'll sit, sip, chat, and have a really good time. Until the next one. Hello, my people, and welcome to a special edition of Sit, Sip, and Chat. Today, as you can tell, we're in a completely different location. We are here live in town at Phillipsburg Becomes Magical. So today, we're gonna have not so much sitting, a little bit of sipping, hopefully, and a whole lot of chatting with the different vendors here at this event. So come with us. Make sure you have your sip, not because I ain't have one, that means you don't have one. You make sure you have your sip. Hopefully some guava berry, and let's check out this event. Come, let me go.